now I'm just in a bad mood. Hello and welcome again. Long story short, you might notice I'm wearing different gear, and I'm leveled up quite a bit more than the last time. That's because I just ran the Undead Asylum and postulated about a bunch of cool things, whatever, but I didn't click record, I guess, enough. I don't know. I have the commentary for it. I wonder if I could use it somehow. So let me go back over some of the important parts that... Let me just check and make sure it's recording this time. Yes, both audio and video. I might as well try to get up there. So I did the Undead Asylum because I'm heading to Anor Londo, and I wanted the Peculiar Doll, which will read, again, that item description, because I wanted to do the Painted World and stuff like that at the same time as doing Anor Londo. That way I didn't have to, like, go back there for any reason. You know, two birds with one stone and all that. Get out of here. And now, let's see if hopefully I can make this jump for the millionth time. There. Oh, the chests down there are probably Petrus's because they're all full of cleric stuff. Went into it way more than the other part. You're just going to have to believe me. But this was important. And I'm going to stand here and sit, and you're going to watch and listen while I babble. So, we got Velka's Crow, which is down there. You can see her. You know what I'm talking about. And it's a female. Yes, I'm imparting gender on it because it's shitting out eggs. And it's getting fucked by something, which means that there's more of Velka's crows. And I thought, if we read the item description of this key, right here, key to the iron bars on the west side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars, but even if a hero found a key in Lordaeron to liberate this prison, would he have the means or the heart to ever come back? So, the North Undead Prison, meaning there's probably more than one, perhaps in the south, west, east, or all of them. Who knows? But it's my theory, and this is my theory, so nobody can get mad. I'm thinking there's more than one of Velka's crows, and they're probably meeting up somewhere in a roost somewhere, the halfway point.
Having an orgy.
And that's where these eggs are coming from, which means that she is alive, which makes no sense because since Gwyn relit the flame, he created the undead curse, meaning everything's undead now because of Gwyn. So therefore, how does her biology still work in order to make eggs? Probably means she might be a deity. Something like that sound kind of weird? Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I was wondering, what the hell does Velka want with you? And why did she send her crow to, by chance, abduct you from the prison when... Oh yeah, I'm going to Anor Londo. Abduct you from the Undead Asylum. And nope, this way... Use your head meat. So I was thinking, because Oscar's there, and apparently there's some prophecy in his family that he mentioned when we first met him, that he knew, or there was a prophecy passed down from generations and generations of his family that stated that an undead would be found somewhere in some time in some place that would succeed Lord Gwyn and rekindle the bonfire, or relight the flame. So I was wondering if Velka perhaps gave him or his family that information or that prophecy. Oh God, no, no, no. We're not doing this. Naughty Knights. Ugh. And I was thinking, too, what would Velka want to do with you other than maybe relight the flame like, you know, all gods are wont to do, or deities are wont to do, to relive the glory days and whatnot. But maybe it was like an option of like something to do with sin. And I was looking at all the different types of sin because she's like the goddess of sin. So we're going to Anor Londo, Sun's Fortress. Oh God, I have to run back through Sun's Fortress, don't I? Plenty enough time to ramble on aimlessly about this theory. So let me grab my notes here, even though they're useless now. 2 types of sin. One of them is angering NPCs or players, and the other one is like angering the gods. Which would be like pissing off Gwendolyn, which would be do we want, let's go with vitality. So we're probably gonna lose all these souls in Sun's Fortress. So Velka is the goddess of sin. She hunts and punishes people who have sinned against, like, you know, the NPCs or the gods, basically. So why she has it on like good faith that we're gonna relight the bonfire. So she started like that prophecy with Oscar and his family. But if she's like a rogue god, and like, I just don't understand how sin comes into it. Because that's like her domain. Why would she care about anything else? Like, she's the goddess of sin, so why would she? Maybe because we don't have sin and that, I don't know. I'm sure there's something in there, and my brain was working better a while ago. I'm actually really upset about, oh yeah, can't parry the bite. Just let me get into the, we're not dying in here. Oh, just lost the opportunity. Get in the damn cage. See you later, suckers. Oh, and I did have to talk about, want more shots at that Baldur side sword. I did have to talk about where the stray demon is in the Undead Asylum and how he got there, because I went through, rapier. I went through the entire room, every nook and every cranny I explored, and it was like a cistern for like sewage or like garbage, and there was evidence of like bones, and they were throwing like the dead bodies down there. And the weird thing is there's no way in or out of that cistern except through the hole in the ceiling that we fall in through. And then there's like that little ladder, but that's leading to like a prison bar that's like all bent out of shape so you can get out through there. It just makes no sense why that asylum demon is even in there. They would have had to have imprisoned him in it for it to have like made sense, but why would they have imprisoned a asylum demon in the basement? Maybe to act as like a jailer to scare the undead from escaping, perhaps? Because they got that big lumbering demon right in their face, and they're just like, I ain't going out there. I'm wondering if this is going to be any good. It's a V8 Energy Black Cherry Cranberry drink. Oh, it's awful. Ugh. But it's for your health. All right, now I get to bust out my Anor Londo notes. And we're just going to forget about the Undead Asylum. I'll read the Peculiar Doll before I go into the Painted World. Stuff like that. Oh, and an addendum to my last video that was all post-commentary. I was talking about how the knights went to Anor Londo, and I was talking about how it didn't make sense that they were looking to the fate of the undead or whatever. Well, I kind of misinterpreted that, and I think they were undead knights. Therefore, they wanted the they were looking for a cure to the undead curse, but they came to... Oh, that roll was badly timed. They came to Anor Londo. Stop. I love... Don't fucking lock on. Kill him. Ugh. They came to Anor Londo to find the cure or discover the fate of the undead, which was like a cure. I gotta go rest before we take these people on. And the knights were undead and they were looking for a cure, but how would the gods help? Because, like, Gwyn caused it. He, fucked with, like, the natural progression of time, and the curse was, like, as a result. So they were going to Anor Londo to, like, find a cure, but there isn't one, except for maybe... See, that's where I don't know, because when we relink the flame, all we're doing is keeping this illusion real. And we're perpetuating, like, the curse, so to speak. We need to pull one of these at a time, because I want to show Ornstein's statue. I wonder if we can hit him in the leg. Nope. That was close. Yep. Ooh, we knocked him, broke his poise. His poise boys. Oh, and where I did go and farm was Darkroot Garden. No! Gotta get used to this medium armor. Oy. I farmed in Darkroot Garden and I bought the Crest of Artorias, but I didn't open it up down there. Oh, come on. I love their armor, the designs on it. Unfortunately, though, it looks like total dog crap when you wear it. And these guys, I believe... Oh, that would have been nice. Get a headshot in there. These guys are... I'm not sure if they're actually giants in armor or if they're just constructs. No, we got to get away from your buddy. Like just hollow suits of armor just with like a soul in them. Because when they're just an illusion. But for some reason, bleed and poison damage affects them. Oh, these guys and that fucking shield. Ugh. Just jumping around, huh? If you notice, when they die, they like turn to water and just like vanish. Which is what I think all the illusions in this game, all the things that are an illusion, die that way. So I'm assuming all the Black Knights and stuff like that are also illusions that are creeping out from this major illusion that is Anor Londo. And I'll get to that later. First, we have to get our peepers out and inspect the statue of Ornstein the Dragon Slayer. Yep, just Ornstein the Dragon Slayer. And I'm not sure if this is a memorial statue or if this is like a honoring of his deeds killing the dragons and whatnot. It's hard to say. And they took no time with like that lightning spear is literally like the same one that you get when you use his boss soul on and forge it into like the lightning spear or the dragon slayer spear. So it's probably just laziness on their part not to actually pull the texture off or like retexture it so it actually looks like the statue. Oh, and well, we'll talk about that when I get down there. And I got to talk about the Dark Moon Nitrous too. And all this unfortunately isn't fresh because I didn't have the foresight to think that I could possibly fuck up. Which I can, so I don't have a save to roll back to. Because I did try to record this part as well once before. However, the frames on it were completely awful. It was like 4 frames a second. And then the audio was all desynced for some reason. So I don't know. I just threw it away. Oh, I guess they can't get hit in the legs. No. Their weird wind-up is so slow. All right, let's look at Smo. I love the position that he's in. He's like squatting like he's in the middle of doing like a Cossack dance. You see his like, he's got his arms crossed and his knees bent. It's like that traditional Russian dance. And that so looks like, wait a minute. That's clearly some kind of cod piece. See how you got the balls there and the dick, and then you got like the piercing hanging off of it with the little bell and the chains for pubic hair. Navel, little nipples, which means that Smo, well, I don't know if like no, put the glasses away. Typically when gods are represented, they don't have nipples or a belly button because they're not born from like a maternal or like through biology. They're just like, they just appear in existence, which is weird that his armor would have nipples and a belly button on it, suggesting that he's not a god, but I think he is. Literally doesn't make any sense. Because if you look at all those old paintings of like the Archangel Michael and I'm trying to think of some of the female free female gods. They don't have, we're talking about nipples, so I'm getting all clammed up. Let's talk to this woman.
You've survived. Impressive. If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for. If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for.
Yeah, well, I already talked to her, if you remember me saying that. And I do have some plot or some points on her. She's the Dark Moon Nitrous. And just kind of, she's undead. And if you notice, like, well, I don't have the dialogue, but when she talks a lot like, we should level up. She talks a lot like Ulasil, or Dusk of Ulasil, and she talks an awful lot like Elizabeth in the DLC. which means she's probably been here for a really long time, or she's just kind of some anachronism that is just out of place and all out of time, because time's convoluted in Dark Souls. But yeah, she's a firekeeper, but she's also a Dark Moon Blade. And Dark Moon Blades, like, invade people who sin against Guinevere or Gwendolyn, or like the gods. So it's just strange that a firekeeper would leave her post at the fire to invade sinners or heretics or whatever they're called and punish them, which is just kind of really bizarre. And she's probably been weird. Something falling over in the room, but she's probably been with the Dark Moons since their inception, back when, like, I'm guessing when Gwyn left is roughly when the Dark Moons started, because then all the gods left Anor Londo, and Gwendolyn stayed behind and created this illusion so that, like, the glory of, like, the gods or whatever would never be forgotten, or I'm not sure his exact motivation. But we gotta go down to the basement. And if you notice, this area on the exterior is highly inspired, well, blatantly ripped off, more like, from the Duomo de Milano in Italy. It's like this really super old, awesome Gothic cathedral. Oh yeah, we're not in the basement yet. We gotta go down the stairs. And on the inside, it's kind of based off of what's it? Chateau de Chambord or something in France. And a lot of the stuff in, like, these games are just blatantly ripped off of, like, real world places. There's other places that are like that, but I'm not going into that. Everybody knows all this stuff. All right. And there's Gwyn in all his statue glory. And this room is clearly like a mausoleum of all, like, the presumably Black Knights that fell in battle with fighting with Gwyn, because Gwyn, or the Black Knights, are like his army. So, like, these are all the Black Knights that have fallen in, like, probably, I'm guessing, like, the war with, like, the dragons, or like the, what was it, the War of the Ancients in the beginning. Yeah, cool stuff. Nice and creepy. And there's some, like, really cool designs, actually, I never noticed before on a lot of this stuff. Really Victorian in a way. Or, yeah, that Italian aesthetic. But gonna blow your mind. Oh, I guess we gotta hit it. No? Oh, I remember. We gotta read this ring anyway. We'll take off the wolf ring for now. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. And notice it's like sun is S-U-N. So Sun's Firstborn. So that means, like, Gwyn is literally born from the sun, which is kind of like that villain in Superman 2. Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring, boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to the loss of the annals and receding of his dsfix status. Today, even his name is not known. So, evidently this ring was owned or worn by somebody at some point. I could have swore you just hit this and it made it go away. But apparently they lost it somehow. Not sure how or who it is. They never really go into it. And there's a lot of conjecture that it's like Solaire and all that kind of stuff, or Andre of Astora. God, that is blowing my mind that isn't working. Very interesting. Maybe we have to see Gwendolyn first, or Guinevere first. That's probably it. And then I did have some weird. So there's the demons that bring you here. Over in Sen's Fortress, they hop the wall, and they bring you here. And then the other ones, I forget if I got Tarkus's armor. The other ones are hostile to you. And it was kind of a weird thing because I was trying to figure out why they were helping you, like, get to Anor Londo, but then also, like, you know, trying to kill you. And I believe it's because they're, like, testing you to see if you're strong enough to succeed. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Succeed Lord Gwyn. Which is why pretty much, like, Sen's Fortress was like the proving grounds, I thought. And by getting through Sen's Fortress, that meant you, like, proved your mettle, and, like, coming to Anor Londo is like you don't have to do it anymore, but apparently you still gotta. Oh, these little assholes. Come on. No. Yes, just scripted throw knives constantly. Ugh. Whoops, we want the bow. It looks like he's the closest. Yep, jump away after I shoot the arrow. What? Bullshit. And this is actually, well, since we don't get to be up there anymore, there's a huge statue of Guinevere up there. And I talked about that in the last one. That, again, got ruined. I'm hoping this one doesn't get ruined because it's kind of frustrating to... Ooh, critical. Right in the mouth. No. You look like a pincushion. You're pathetic. But yeah, the gods have, like, this strong yearning for the fire to be relit. And they're desperate to create this gauntlet for someone to run through in the hopes that they are strong enough to be like Lord, you know, like what Lord Gwyn was, and, you know, was super all-powerful and all that kind of stuff and could actually do it. But rekindling the kiln, or the fire, the first flame, or whatever. Because we want this charade to end, because the gods are stupid. Bow shenanigans. Yes, you're a whirling dervish, all fists and elbows. Black iron helm. Great sword, black iron great shield. This is where Tarkus met his end. I'm assuming as with most logical people, they're assuming that he fell off the railing or the beams up there, and they just drug him into that back corner. And let's read his stuff. Armor of Black Iron Tarkus, a knight known for his great strength, built of a special black iron and providing strong defense, notably against fire, but so terribly heavy to be unwieldy to all but Tarkus himself. Which I think, yeah, that armor is like incredibly, ridiculously heavy. But it's solid, good armor. You just pretty much can't roll anymore. Oh yeah, we got to look at this. And I wanted to mention too that we got this statue of Guinevere up here. Whoops. There's a way to zoom in with these. I think it's not triangle, or it's not Y. It's not one of the triggers. Maybe it's A? Oh, come on. Maybe that's a mod. Anyway, Guinevere is up there. And I can't tell if this was like at some point a church or whatever of hers or cathedral of hers, or if when the gods left Anor Londo, they like made it, or if this is just like an illusion that just happened to like Guinevere or Gwendolyn was like, I want a thing for my mom. And then we got the anomaly of this painting, and I will read the peculiar doll. A strange doll in a strange dress. There was once an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world, which is insinuating that that's Priscilla's doll. And I'm guessing she was an abomination, but apparently she wasn't, because Seath abducted her and turned her into that abomination. So when she was a little girl, granted she's like a god, she wasn't like, maybe she had like the dragon's tail, or, oh no, never mind, I forgot. Priscilla is like a half-breed. Like Seath fucked, or Seath impregnated, I think it was one of the handmaidens or something like that, and she was born. But why was her doll left in like the undead asylum? Like she was taken from there and then put into the painted world, but apparently according to the doll, the painted world was created by her, possibly out of her like depression or something like that. It's hard to know. It really is. This game is such a convoluted mess sometimes. At least in my mind. Alright, let's see if we can nail one of these. Well, no, they're way too far away. There we go. Oh. We should probably use the bow. Oh, they're just gonna stand there and take it. I'm cool with that. 'Cause I have way too many arrows weighing me down. So many in this heart. I'm cool with one of them, but two of them, they can be kind of dangerous. And I don't recall exactly how to aggro only one of them. All right, big boy. God, that medium armor. Quit. There we go. Ooh, Giant's Halberd. Don't plan on using it. But it is a cool weapon. Large halberd made of old brass, used by the giant sentinels of Anor Londo. Brass contains traces of lightning, but as the halberd is designed for the giant sentinels, its weight is unbearable. Which is weird. Because this is all an illusion, right? Then how can they drop a tangible item that... Oh God, this is going to be bad. I just realized where I'm at and what I have to do next. A tangible item that we can take. It's almost like in Star Trek The Next Generation, like the holodeck. It would be like something leaving the holodeck. Well, I guess the Black Knights do it too. I love how they just flail around. Because, yeah, for all intent and purpose... is it intents and purpose or intent and purpose? Who cares? We can't all be... We can't all be Big Hat Logan. Intense and purpose? I forget all the time. But yeah, this is like a holodeck that we're fighting on. That I think is actually, if you look down yonder, it's all like solid black nothing. Which means, like, I think that it's just floating in like the air or like over some abyss or something like that. Which is weird because it's like tangible, but when you dispel the illusion, Anor Londo's still here. So it's just all the enemies are gone. Whatever, video games. It'll be okay. Let's see if there's a clever way we can do this without getting destroyed. Because these demons aren't a pushover. Whoops. No. Hit the right button, you fuck. Oh, God. No. They're going to throw lightning at you. Okay. Idiots. Love it. All right. Now the fun begins. Yep, he can see us from all the way down there. Oh, God. Should I go with a shield with more stability? I'm guessing this will not end well. I'm gonna have to parry him. Thank fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. I fucking did it. My first goddamn try. Oh, my butt is so tight right now. We made it. Well, not quite. Actually, this scene... Well, no, it's not this one. There's another spot that's literally like a Google image of like Chateau de Chambord. And guess who is already here? We need to sit at it in this one. All right, let's have a chit-chat with our old friend Solaire.
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you. You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me, pretend you didn't hear that.
Well, my ass is really tight. Just saying. Especially if you got me on that, that little catwalk. I can't remember what those are called.
You really
a
are
Baudelaire? Or...
me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh,
yes,
no,
yes.
dear me.
He is one of the only genuinely good-natured people in this game, isn't he? 19. I mean, there's other people that are nice, positive people, but they're just a mess. And now we get introduced to a new enemy. Silver Knights. Which are like the elite version of the Black Knights. And I think there's more to it than that. We got to read their armor before I dig myself in too deep of a hole. Is this a... This isn't a mimic. Sunlight metal. Is it this one? No. Oh. Looks like someone was working on a piece of damask wallpaper. I wonder, this isn't Smo's room, I don't think. His room's got all the weird shit in it. Like every table's the same. You know, we should probably kindle and get 10 Estus flasks just because. Just because we might as well burn up our twin humanity too. So I know we got one of those. All right. I'm almost guessing I won't even be able to kindle the bonfire before I get invaded. I'm guessing we gotta read the rite of kindling, but I'm assuming we're taking a piece of ourselves and giving it to the fire in order to buff it and make it stronger. That was bad. Gotta get that timing down, son, otherwise you're not gonna make it out of here. I love that death noise. Ooh, Silver Knight straight sword. The Silver Knights of Anor Londo guard the city using this beautiful, slender weapon. Its chain attacks, in which the wielder takes great advancing steps as makes use of his body weight, are deadly even in single hits. I think we can use it. Because it's already as strong as our claymore. Has it got magic? 22 dex. Oh, we're not that far. What? Oh, yeah, we're not that far away. We can do that. And it's got C scale. It's a dex weapon, though, and we're kind of leaning more towards strength. But who cares? I still want to have some fun with that sword. And that we can listen to the breathing. That is a Titanite demon. This is Smo's room, I think. Yeah, because all the... Are those scrolls or bones? Those are scrolls. There's... People have talked tons about this stuff. Like a German spy has gone on endlessly about that room. So if you want more information on it, he does it way better. Let's see here. That's our mimic. All these are... Yeah. That was Havel's room. I'm sorry. Because, yeah, his armor's all here. And his weapon, I believe. Why they couldn't have just put this all in one chest, I'll never know. Oh, probably because you wouldn't have fell for the mimic as easy. Yeah, let's go ahead and read this. We can do it this way. I wonder what weighs more. We got Havel's chest is 19 and a half. And black iron is 15 and a half. So black iron armor is like one less. Yeah. Let me take a sip of a drink first. Armor worn by Havel the Rock's warriors, carved from solid rock. Its tremendous weight is matched only by the defense it provides. Havel's warriors never flinched nor retreated from battle. Those unfortunate enough to face them were inevitably beaten to a pulp. Then we got the dragon tooth, which is here. Created from an everlasting dragon tooth, legendary great hammer of Havel the Rock. The dragon tooth will never break as it is harder than stone, and it grants its wielder resistance to magic and flame. Actually, Havel's armor is pretty good for... we're going to get invaded. I can hear that breathing. Love that laugh. And that death noise. So cute. Occult Club. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? It didn't say I'd been invaded, but I did hear some armor clacking around. This shot right here, if that stupid pillar wasn't in the way, it matches almost identically the Chateau de Chambord picture on Google. That spiral staircase type thing. Does not open from this side. Paranoid. There's a man in here with me. Should read that Occult Club. A simple wooden club. This simple bladeless strike weapon is effective against most foes. It is easily handled and can break the guard of a shield. However, a single miss makes one wide open, so timing and proximities are crucial. I could have swore it said something about the fact it was a cult. I thought that was a This is Ornstein's room, I think. Or his trophy room. Let's get a sneaky little peek at some of these dragons, shall we? That looks an awful lot like the last dragon in the Greylands. Kinda. And all those are blacked out for whatever reason, because lighting. Yeah, that's like a big version of like the ones too in like the Valley of the Drakes. Judging by the way it looks. Oh, you're the one who's up here making all this noise. Ouch. That was dumb. God, those spears. They always get you. Soul of a hero. I'm surprised one of those doesn't come with like when you find like Tarkus's corpse or whatever. Like why there isn't like a soul of like Tarkus or something. Well, I guess that would be convoluted. Did you see that chain twitch a little bit? I did. I sure did. The jig is up, Mr. Mimic. God, that probably stinks so bad. Look at them finger bones. Gold coin. What is this? I forget. Sunlight metal. It's a Allfather Lloyd. Gold, or coin made of gold with Allfather Lloyd and his white halo shone in its face. Even coins of great value in this world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are found carrying these around. That was the thing I wanted to mention. I got it. Where is it in my notes? There. Should just wait to get, I figured out, humanity isn't a unique thing. Like, humanity and souls are the same thing. Because when, oh, there's another chest up here. Is that a mimic also? It is. Chain twitched again. Like when you kill a god, for example, baby kick. When you kill a god, like Gwyn or Ornstein or Smo or whatever, they drop like their soul, which is also like which is also their like humanity. And when you kill like lesser enemies, they just drop souls. But that's also like the soul of Ornstein is like way bigger and cooler than like the soul of like a torch hollow. And that little counter down at the right, when you kill a little guy and that goes up a few ticks, that's like his soul, but it's not significant enough to be something as great as like Ornstein's or whoever's. Oh, we got to stay in this room for a little bit after I get done talking. Like, and the difference between, I keep hearing those silver knights clanging around. Like, John, your neighbor's humanity is the same as yours. Like, it's not unique because we're human, but like the gods have like a unique soul, but it still works on the same principle as ours. which is kind of neat. That's why when like you kill a god, you get their soul, but also it's like their humanity as well, which is, yeah, it's just like time. It's convoluted. What a pretty vase. I wanted to talk about how ridiculously small all this furniture is. Gods are supposed to be like huge, like giants. Then how come all these doorways are so small, and all these chairs are so small, and all these beds, even from like a human standard, if I laid on this bed, my feet would hang off the edge. So oh la la. You remember in Dark Souls 3, that Black Knight was staring at that painting? I can see why. What was they talking about? Oh, furniture. It's all so small. So that leads me to believe that, and I know that, like, really, FromSoft just, oh, we should have leveled up. So we're gonna get fucking invaded, I know it. Get in there. What was I saying? Oh, I know that it was just FromSoft, like not thinking about the design or whatever. They had no, Jesus Christ. Not good. Jesus is not, come on now. Let me in there. Get this garbage out. They probably had human servants because there is like not postulation. Like you can extrapolate that the humans and gods were living together via like Lautrec of Kareem has like that boner for Fina, like the goddess Fina, and you have like, yeah, evidence that I think one of them actually, like Solaire or something like that, maybe like one of them slept with a human or was banging a human, which that would be great for like a good fun weekend. But yeah, I think that like the answer to it is that humans and gods were often, you know, living among one another. You got to move away from those chests, bud, because I don't want you to break them. But I could be entirely wrong. And also, like when Gwyn left to light the... Oh, I want to wear this armor so bad. When Gwyn left Anor Londo to relight the flame, all the other gods, minus Guinevere... Wait, was I saying Gwendolyn? All the names in this goddamn game. You got Guinevere, Gwen, and Gwendolyn. Oh, we were already in this spot. Did we missed something. We unlocked this door, right? No. We unlocked this door. There we go. Back on track. When Gwyn left to light the fire, all the other gods except Gwendolyn, that's who's breathing in here, left. Where did they go? Like, I mean, Nito surely didn't live here. That would be really dumb if he did. And oh god. All right, this is not going to end well. We just got to get this fucking door open. Come on, daddy-o. Safe. Gotta heal. Oh, that big sweeping attacks. I love it. Hit you anywhere in the fucking world. All right, we gotta get over here. Come on now. Come on, daddy. Get up there. And I don't think they can make it up this high. Woo! We're running around with too many souls. But where did the gods go? And presumably they're still around or alive because miracles still work. But I just thought that was weird, like they just left when Gwyn left. Like they didn't want to stay here and they just went wherever. This kind of doesn't make sense. We will wait to talk to him because I want to get that shortcut open. Where did you come from? Where did you go? I'm gonna shoot him. Hopefully he'll slide to the right or to the left. Do your little jump attack. Do it again. One more. Maybe one more. One more. Oh, God. Perfect. I gotta get this unlocked. We are looking good, boys. In theory, this should knock him off. Should get him off. There we go. We got one more down here. We should, well, I don't want to use, there we go. Perfect. Thanks. You guys are a Georgia peach. Titanite chunk. Whew. What else are in my, oh, I got some notes on Lautrec. And let me look at this. I got one open on my computer, and then I got one that's actually written out. All the gods, or Anor Londo gods, small furniture, fake sun, kill the fair lady, effective nothing else. Oh, that was a thing. Wait a minute. I got this written down. Gwyn went to link the fire. Guinevere left somewhere with Flynn or Frida. Who knows? I can't remember if it was Frida. That's not even that's a Greek god. If, Jesus, what's her name? Fina. If Fina left with the fire goddess, and that's why Lautrec is mad and kills all the fire keepers because he's like jealous and hates fire now. And where did Guinevere go? Nito and Seath and all the gods are in their respective zones, but what about the citizens? What about the real Ornstein and Smo? Are they dead? Were like, where did Havel go? Was like, you know, he was in Gwyn's army, so he was a god. Like, did he go hollow, or was that like a soldier of Havel in the basement? Ugh. Oh. Hold on.
Are you forge your weapons? Tis no good, but forge very good. I help anytime.
Love this guy.
Tis no good. No one home, everyone gone. But you, friend, you talk. I no talk, but happy. But you, friend, you talk. I no talk.
He looks... Here, let's leave here really quick. Did they redo this?
Hello, forge I can. Strong I am.
His voice sounds different. Then again, I am wearing good studio monitors now. His skin. Goodness gracious, that's gotta hurt. Barefoot, wearing... I wonder if like that chainmail, geez, could you imagine making that chainmail? Goodness. And then all the little things, and then his... Yeah. They have an interesting set of armor. I can't remember if any game actually has like that. Oh, come on, let me in there. Can we roll through his crap without pissing him off? I seem to recall you can. Oh no, you go this way. Hawk ring. Let me out of there. Let's go ahead and read this hawk ring. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The hawk ring belonged to Hawkeye Go, who led the great archers. Boosts bow range so that arrows fly like they were shot by Go's great bow, which took down high-flying dragons. Calamite. Like, when you do the DLC, you can actually make this prophecy of this ring come true. And since I don't have the part recorded anymore, I got to do this, read this one too. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn, the wolf ring, belongs to Artorias the Abyss Walker. Artorias had an unbendable will of steel and unmatched with a great sword. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, this I didn't get to read because, again, recording. The iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground such as swamps. Which is weird where it was found. There was like 2 hollow warriors guarding it, and it was just sitting on the stairs. So it probably only shackles the guilty, and we're not guilty, so it doesn't shackle us. So I wonder if we sin and make ourselves guilty, if the ring has a different effect. No, because they probably didn't think of that.
Hello, forge I can. Strong I am.
Well, we might as well. Large Titanite shard. Buy a couple of these. See if we can't get our claymore to +10. What? I could have swore it was... Okay, we need 3 more. Youch. +10 claymore. Amazing. Let's repair our equipment. Might as well try to see if we can't burn up some of our soul items. Because I'm not going to farm for the LP. Well, I mean, I kind of did, but I hate it. And I don't have the crest of... Or the door leading to like the crest of Artorias open yet. So I can't do that shitty thing where they fall off the hill. And I'm going to fast forward through this bit. God damn it. See how much one of these costs. I think they cost like 2K, somewhere around there. 38. Yeesh. We'll go ahead and buy one and then reinforce our longbow. Wait, what? Regular Titanite shard. We can't... It was 3 of them or 2 of them? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Should have enough souls. Can't get the bow to 10? Weird. Well, anyway, we are... Let's make it back to the bonfire, and I can wrap up any thoughts I have remaining. This is not gonna be good. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Let's go back this way and go find, is that what, at an hour and 13 minutes? I'm gonna go hit the bonfire and then pick it up another time and go talk to Sigmire and kill that Titanite demon. Pick up any remaining items that I haven't picked up yet. Is it this side? No. Yeah, that's the side we need to go to. This is the side with the bonfire. I am really surprised I haven't been invaded yet. Might be too high or low a level. I forget what the meta is for this zone. 60? That looks about right. But I always forget. All right. So far, so good. And I might farm... Actually, I might do some farming in between these parts to get all my shit up to speed. Because we got a major fight coming up soon, and I want to be prepared. Is it over here? No. We gotta go up this. Nope, that goes down. Ah, Anor Londo, you kill me sometimes. Okay, that's the wrong way. This leads to there. That door's locked. So that means we have to go down. So that's the only option. Yeah. I remember now. Gotta go on the other side, you idiot. And I'm not going to cut this part out because it is really embarrassing. Which side is it? This side? Oh, Solaire's gone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. I might as well wave and be polite. Goodbye.